And now back to the Klein Tuin Zoo, where we invite you to take the brand new cable car and experience the greatest expansion to the zoo with new state-of-the-art world-class enclosures. The baboons seem to be enjoying their new space, although they probably aren't too happy about not being able to receive food from the guests as easily. The lions and tigers certainly are enjoying the new views of themselves and the rest of the zoo. And of course, these mountainous enclosures are perfect for the mountainous goats and sheep that inhabit the zoo. And why go up all the way to the Transvaal when you can just come to the zoo and see all the animals of the Kruger in one space? Hello everyone, and welcome back to Klein Tuin Zoo after, it's been a while, but not as long a while as the previous episode was from the second last episode. But anyway, we're back, and I got a lot to show for, to make up for the long time. So yeah, welcome to Klein Tuin Zoo. In case you're new, this is our historic South African zoo, building in Planet Zoo. So the current year, I think, is 1948. So every episode is like a different leap in time. And don't worry, I am keep on building the zoo. I am hoping to get to modern times eventually. And yeah, for those of you who've been familiar with the series, you know in the past as I make progress, I release a save file. Granted, the last save file I think has been I released was in 2021. But for this version that I'm gonna be, the new stuff I'm showing around today is on the Steam Workshop. So yeah, if you want to go and see the zoo itself and see all the stuff I've made, I don't know, maybe get inspiration, steal blueprints or whatever, then yeah, you can do it yourself. Just a couple notes is that there are a couple mods I use. So there is a terrain mod, as you can see. Shout out to Leaf for making this terrain mod for me. I tried doing it myself in the past and it came out okay, but Leaf made a full-on proper version with all the terrain texture changes that I wanted. So you see the grass is a lot greener despite this being the grassland map. There's also a couple changes in the brush textures, like I have you see there, it's a lot more of a darker soil texture there. Yeah, so I do highly recommend you install that mod, just because that's what I've been using to play around with. So that's all the textures I'm used to, and also I think the grass and that just looks better with this now. And then I also do use animal mods. So there's a whole mod list on the Steam page of all the animals I use. There's a bunch. There's I think over 30 or something. So yeah, you don't need any of these mods. You can play this map without using mods and your game won't crash. It's just the textures will look different than what you see on the screen here, and the enclosures with modded animals will be empty if you don't have those mods, but otherwise it's not a big deal. You don't need those. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. There is also a Google Drive with a bunch of billboard pictures, and it's literally just for this row. Overshot. There's a row of ads here, which I made a long time ago, I think. I do need an update, because there's some people I need a shout out to for mods and blueprints and whatnot. But I don't think I'll do that on this ad wall. I'll find other ways of shouting people out. But anyway, yeah. That's only stuff you need to download, but you don't need any of those things to actually tour the zoo. Yeah, first of all, the trams are gone. Yeah, in South Africa, in a lot of the major cities, they all used to have trams, but then in the 40s, pretty much all of them were just, put out of commission. And so, no exception here. You see all the tram lines, all these stands are gone. The tracks are still on because you can still drive over them, but all these little towers that had the tram lines are all gone, and all the trams are parked inside, except for this one, which was left outside to rust. Yeah, don't worry, this tram station, I will do something with it in the future. But for now, it's just gonna sit there vacant, abandoned. Also, the guy selling the guy selling nuts is gone because the monkeys and that have moved. So yeah, he went out of a job. I didn't actually delete him. I just sunk him underground. I didn't have the heart to get rid of him. But the monkey nut guy is gone. But anyway, let's not focus on what's gone and what's new. And as we walk down this path, let's hop into explore mode. We have a cable car station, which is going to take us all the way up to the new bulls at the top of the zoo, because yeah, we've expanded up at the hill portion of the zoo. I do have this little dude for scale. I completely forgot who made it. I do have a, what's it called, a collection on Steam with all the blueprints and whatnot I've been using from the Steam workshop. So yeah, please go check that out so you can see the collection of all the stuff I've been using from other people. Anyway, yeah, we got a cable car station. So the interior is pretty much entirely based on that at Pretoria Zoo, the Pretoria Zoo's cable car station, which I believe isn't working nowadays, but yeah, someone was kind enough to go on to Google Maps and like take a 360 view of the inside of the cable car station, and using that I was pretty much able to recreate the inside, and I'm really happy with how this turned out, because otherwise I wouldn't, without a reference I wouldn't have known how to make an inside of a cable car station, but yeah, it kind of works. Yeah, so the interior is pretty much exact recreation. The exterior is I tried to do Pretoria's exterior, but it has some like weird shapes, like these rectangles on the building. So floor plan matches, but I kind of went with my own thing for the exterior. So yeah, so let's actually let me give you a proper walkthrough of this. So we have the windows showing them the cable cars inside. This is where the guests come in. You queue up here, you buy your tickets, and you hop on the cable car. So the cable cars will come around on that side and then come around here, and then you hop in over here, and it takes you all the way up. As you can see, all the cable cars have like a little animal name on there. I made the red ones carnivores, or mostly carnivorous animals, and then the green ones are like herbivores, or animals that mostly eat plant matter. There's some that are omnivores, like here we have the rat. Just note on the one side is English and the other side is Afrikaans. So I do know how to spell bear, it's just in Afrikaans this beer, but in English it's bear. Oops. So yeah, we also have these little staff rooms you can enter here, so a little table. These are also from the workshop. I'll say whoever made it on the screen now. Yeah. All of these office items are from the workshop, and they did a really good job. And yeah, here's the ticket booths. So yeah, and there's the exit, which just comes up here. Oh, by the way, I also changed up these primate exhibits. So yeah, still chimpanzees, but over here I had mandrills. I'm not sure why, because mandrills were never like in South African zoos in the early 1900s, at least no records of them, but there were orangutans, so yeah, I put a pair of orangutans in here now. It's a bit more historically accurate. Yeah, and all the old monkey enclosures that we are long gone. We will see where some of those monkeys, those baboons, went. Now, unfortunately, because Planet Zoo does have these ugly, that like transport ride. It's like ugly gondola, so I can't use the actual thing because it's just this big, weird metal, monstrosity. I don't know what they were thinking. However, Frontier did add cinematic routes, so I believe this should save with come with the save file. I don't know. I didn't test it to see if the cinematic routes save with Steam Workshop save files, but they should. Just click cable car, hide UI, boom. We have our own custom cable car. Oh, okay, I can't move the cursor because yeah, otherwise the UI will come back up. But ta-da, we have our own cable car route, so we can ride this up all the way to the top, or at least pretend we're in a car. So yeah, there we have our old lion house on the right, but all the lions and the tigers that were in there are gone. I did move the jaguar into there, and then we also have some leopards in there, so yeah, you can check it out if you come back into the save file. Yeah, also I forgot to mention at the beginning, sorry if I sound a little weird, a little sick. I had a cold over the past few days. I think it has mostly died down, so hopefully I sound normal, but otherwise, yeah. And this cable car, I did make it slow, so it represents the actual thing. So we can just be sitting together for a while with our thoughts. Anyway, as for future episodes, yeah, do expect more Klein Tuin Zoo episodes. I do want to get this all the way down to modern times. I'm not sure when though, but yeah. There will be more Cloudfall Zoo eventually. I haven't had motivation to play it, so I haven't actually touched Cloudfall Zoo in a long while since the last episode. Yeah, but there will be more Prehistoric Kingdom. I think that will be the next episode on the channel. And yeah, Jaguar X and I have been working on a little something for a long while, although it's still a little ways from being presentable. So hopefully soon though we can show that off. Or maybe not soon, but eventually we'll have an extra series on the channel. Yeah, as you can see, we finally get showing some of the new stuff. You can see them at the back. So yeah, this is pretty much all inspired by Pretoria Zoo, pretty much a recreation of the exhibits that you find at the back of Pretoria Zoo. So you can see the hillside, we have 6 different enclosures, and then right in the front we have a big Hoofstock enclosure. So yeah, I believe these enclosures were all done in the 30s, except for the one enclosure at the back there, this one over here. This one they ran out of budget for, so yeah, that one was only done in the 50s, but I feel like I completed it now. It balances out, because we're in the 40s now. So yeah, we have this big Hoofstock yard, which Pretoria Zoo also had. And over the decades, Pretoria Zoo has subdivided into, like, I think 5 or so enclosures, which are all still decently sized. And the zoo does also have like another 3 enclosures, which are also really big. So yeah, really like how all of this turned out. I will put some pictures on screen as we go and see some of the things. As for the Hoofstock yard, I pretty much have the same species it has when it opens. So we have eland, we have kudu, waterbuck, which are all modded animals. So links to the mods in the description. Then we also have a zebra, blue wildebeest, and sable and rowan. The only animals that are missing from the original exhibit are, I think, grey crowned crane, and that's just because I have them in the exhibit at the bottom of the zoo. And then I also put some ostriches to replace them. And oh yeah, tsetse, but that's just because there isn't a mod for tsetse. So yeah, I think the first subdivision, which Pretoria did and I will do, is separating the wildebeest, ostrich, and zebra, and that's just because the zebra and the wildebeest hog the food trays and the water troughs. So yeah, I had to separate from all the other herbivores. Yeah, it's a really cool exhibit. We'll go down and show it in a bit. And then we also have these 6 exhibits in the back here. So currently today, this one that you see on the right holds a tiger inside. You can see it's a really big enclosure, but you might see something other than a tiger climbing up the stairs. We can check it in a little bit. But yeah, we are entering the cable car station a little slowly. So yeah, you can kind of see it spoiled there. I don't know if you can see what animals those are, but yeah, that enclosure down there has baboons, which really shocked me when I first learned that this enclosure over here had baboons. Because yeah, today it has like a tiger inside, and in the past it even had dholes, so I always thought this was always a carnivore enclosure. But then I was confused as to why the enclosure itself was always like lined with concrete, and apparently it was a baboon enclosure when it first opened up. Yeah, so shout out to Jaguar, actually found out this information. Both Jaguar and Nex have found a lot of information about South Africa's old zoo. I think it was Jaguar that first found some old zoo guides and stuff that said this used to be a primate enclosure, which really shocked me because it's really big, a massive space for primates. But yeah, it does explain why this enclosure is lined with like have concrete all over the walls. All the other ones have like bare stone and that. And the other ones just have the big cats in them. So yeah, we'll get a closer look at them. But for now, let's check out the cable station over here. So yeah, pretty similar to the one down below, just a little less mechanical stuff, I suppose. Also have some cable cars stored up here. We have a little deck chair for whoever's running the place. And yeah, some other exits that you can come out to. Yep, we also have a staircase because we got a little viewing platform up here. Because it's also like Pretoria Zoo, we also have this large deck up at the top of the cable station. And you can see the whole zoo from up here. And Pretoria Zoo does give a nice view of the city skyline. The city I'm basing this in, Port Elizabeth, doesn't really have any skyscrapers, so I guess the view won't be as cool, but yeah, you can still look down, see some of the animals. Got some eland, there's waterbuck, that's a kudu, there's some ostrich, and a sable walking behind the trees. So you can see any other species. There's a wildebeest. Yeah, we'll check them out in closer. This is really excited to see what this view turns into as I keep on expanding the zoo. We'll have more enclosures back there. We can even see the mansion and the monument that Rock made us. And then eventually there'll be more stuff here as well. So yeah, it'll be really cool to see how that comes out. Now let's go see the exhibits themselves. So yeah, at the top of each of these exhibits, or 3 of them, we have these little viewing towers. So in real life you can't actually see much from these because the backsides of all these enclosures in Pretoria Zoo has like all the plants have overgrown, so it gives the animals privacy, but when you come up here into these things you can't really see anything from them. It also always scared me as a child because I don't know, it feels like a dungeon, like a prison. You got these bars on the windows, and then on either side of the bars there's tigers and lions on next to you, so freaked me out. But yeah, we got the baboons. So couldn't find what species of baboon Pretoria Zoo kept. I assume Chakma baboons because that's the local species. And yeah, I'm using the olive baboon mod in place of them. I mean, they might have had olive baboons as well, but I don't know. But we can see them walking down, climbing the trees, glitching out a little bit. And if we look on this side, we have a couple of lions, but I can't see any. Should have 4 females and a male in here, but is that a tiger? Wait, that is okay. If that's a tiger, that's not supposed to be in here. It's supposed to be lions. Let us carry on. So yeah, also have another view out here with some benches, and you can look inside. Maybe you can see it from this angle. I think they're all at the front of the enclosure, that's why we can't see them. Ah, there's the male coming up. You can kinda see him. Now, so yeah, I pretty much tried to recreate the, not recreate, but I copied what the opening composition of these enclosures were. So like with the Hoofstock, I try to have all the species that had happened, that the zoo had when it opened, and same with these enclosures at the back. So the baboons, the lions, and as you'll see, the tigers now. I also copied the numbers. So yeah, when the zoo opened, they had like a big pride of lions, and I'm on the roof. Whoops. They had a pride of lions, so like, you know, 4 females and a male, a normal composition. But the zoo also thought, hey, that works so well for the males, let's have 4 female tigers, for the lions, let's have 4 female tigers and a male tiger in the same enclosure. And alas, it didn't actually have any breeding success. Quite the opposite actually, because 2 of the females killed the other 2 females, and the zoo were like, maybe that wasn't such a good idea. So they put the tigers back in their old, tiger enclosure, and instead they put 3 pairs of cheetahs, so 3 males and 3 females, which also surprisingly didn't have any breeding success, but at least they didn't kill each other. Or at least there isn't any record of them killing each other, but yeah. So now we have a whole bunch of tigers in here. Although I do need to fix the enclosure, as you saw the one somehow ended up in the lion enclosure. But yeah, we can actually see them now. I did have some like bare soil patches at the back here, because I noticed the lions, the tigers and the lions as well on this side. Sometimes like chilling up here, but I guess not now. Now they want to keep out of view. Yeah, the tiger enclosure doesn't have as many plants, so you can get them quite easily. So yeah, next episode or next time, whenever I update the save file, you should come back and see. You'll see the tigers are gone. They'll be back in the old enclosure, and there'll be 6 cheetahs or so in here, just to keep it realistic. I think like every time I update the file, I will change some of the species composition, so that might be a reason to look back in the old enclosures. Here's the final like little tower, I guess. I don't know what they call them. See the tigers up there. No, oh, there's one climbing down. And on our left we've run out of the predators and we start moving into the caprids. So here we have some herbivore enclosures for like mountainous herbivores. So over here we have some aoudad. And yeah, you'll notice there's all these rocks up here. This is pretty much exactly how Pretoria Zoo has it, where they have all these rocks and rubble. And I think when they made these enclosures, they had like a lot of stuff left over. Obviously, that like carved the side of these hills and that. Decided, why remove the rubble? Why not just put them in this enclosure? Because we're gonna have mountainous goats. They live on rocks and that, so it should be fine for them. So yeah, can walk down here and we take the big staircase all the way down to the zoo. So if you are walking up here, it does, it's a lot of stairs, so no one really comes up here. So yeah, now the 5th enclosure is kind of hidden up from here. So I said there were 6 enclosures. This is the 6th enclosure. So this one in Pretoria Zoo today is currently abandoned, and I suppose they don't have anything to put in here, but also it's really off to the side and no one really sees it unless you're taking the cable car up and you walk down these stairs, because you used to be able to take the cable car all the way up and then take the cable car down. And yeah, then most people don't walk up the stairs, so this enclosure is hidden away, and in Pretoria Zoo it has grown overgrown and abandoned. I think in the past it used to have mountain zebras, but when it first opened it had. I'm trying to see if I can see them, but they don't seem to be showing. Let's walk inside, why don't we? There's some gates here, stop gate. We'll walk up here. Where are you guys? Mouflons! There we go. There's a female. There's the other female. There's the male. Oh, he's all the way up there. Yeah, I really like how this enclosure turned out. This is one of the more grassy ones. Like I said, it's overgrown today, so I put a bit more plants in there. I really like this mod. But yeah, we got the Mouflon enclosure. They got their little night room, little shelter. They also have their water over here. And this is the actual in-game water trough, so I do believe they can drink from there. And then they got their feeding station over here, which is implied. They can't actually eat from here. The keepers will just dump the food on the floor. Then as we come over here, we have our next enclosure, which are Well, today they have a Nubian ibex, but when it opened, it had Himalayan tahr. So there aren't any Himalayan tahr mods, but there is a Bahral mod, which I'm pretending are female Himalayan tahrs because they look quite similar. So the reason why Himalayan tahr are important, not just because this enclosure had them when it opened. Ooh, look at that, climbing up the rock. But also because a few zoos in South Africa had them. So Pretoria Zoo had them, Johannesburg Zoo had them, and the Hoofstock Zoo, which was a zoo that closed in the 70s and was at the base of Table Mountain. They also had them, but a pair of them did get out and escape onto the slopes of Table Mountain, and through the power of inbreeding, they've managed to establish a feral population of Himalayan tahr right here in South Africa on the mountain slopes of Cape Town. So yeah, Himalayan tahr are invasive in South Africa, and in case you didn't know how that happened, that's how they escaped from the zoo and managed to get a foothold on the mountains. I do believe most of them have been culled. I don't think all of them. In the 2000s, they killed a lot of them to allow the klipspringer to be reintroduced onto the mountain. So yeah, I've never seen them. Hopefully one day I get to go to Table Mountain and I do see one of the stragglers roaming around. It's a lot easier than going all the way to the Himalayas to see them. And as you also probably saw, I did put some guinea fowl in here. I don't know where it's gone now. Yeah, I imagine just wild guinea fowl that just came from the ridge and just hopped the fence and decided to take a wander. Yeah, this is based on, currently this is a Nubian ibex exhibit in real life. And finally we come back to our dads. Today I think this has Trans-Caspian Uriel. Also threw a peacock in here because why not? I don't know if free roaming birds were a big thing back then, but they are today, so even if it wasn't historically accurate, I'm just jumping the gun, it will be accurate eventually. So yeah, all these rocks and that, these are all temple pieces. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I do like how the outcome came. Anyway, before I go and show off the carnivore exhibits from the front, I think we're going to take a bit of a detour. We're going to look at our Hoofstock enclosure. So we have, there's our rowan. That's the last species we need to see. Oh yeah, impala as well. I don't think I mentioned impala. There's an impala there. We do have one that's piebald somewhere in here, so try and look out for it. But yeah, big old Hoofstock yard with lots of species. I don't know why the zoo put so many species in one spot. I think they just had all the animals and it was like, you know what, these are all local animals, let's just chuck them in. So yeah, this is supposed to be a low felt enclosure, so kind of like the animals you might see in Kruger National Park. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. Yeah, we also have 3 little night rooms there, and they are fenced off, so I suppose if you want to keep any animals separated. So yeah, last episode, I didn't mention this in the episode itself, but in the intro I did mention dingos, because when South Africa got all those Australian animals imported, they did also get some dingos, and South Africa actually had dingos for a while. So yeah, we built some enclosures for the dingos. This isn't it. This is the wild dog enclosure, but on the other side we'll have the dingos, because I was initially going to put my dingos in where the baboons were before I actually learned that was a baboon enclosure. So yeah, the dingos do get a slightly smaller space now. Maybe in the future I'll put like some sort of dog up there once I get rid of the baboons. But yeah, we do have some wild doggos. They are all sleeping, all of them. We'll check out their backstage in a little bit. And that's also how you get into those enclosures over here. You can walk down this path. Another view of the wild dogs, all sleeping. I suppose it's like real life, I guess. It's nap time. You visit the zoo and all the animals are sleeping. Oh, but the dingoes are up, so yeah, we can see the dingoes running around. Yeah, let's get a closer view. Let's go backstage. Let's hop the fence, climb between the bushes, and go into the staff gate all the way hidden back here. See our dingoes up close. Yeah, they do have like a separation enclosure here, so I suppose if the staff need to clean up this main enclosure, or maybe introducing a new dingo or something. Yeah, pretty much identical on the wild dog side. I do recommend having Planet Zoo Plus because it does reduce the hitboxes of some of the animals. So currently the wild dogs and dingoes can't actually enter here, but if you have Planet Zoo Plus, they can come into this night room and go into the like secondary enclosure. Yeah, let me just do some tactical phasing through the fence. Yeah, if you remember last episode, I did build a very shoddy emu enclosure. I remember that I had to build for emus, but I didn't remember that I was supposed to mix the kangaroos with the emus. So yeah, I did take down the enclosure because it was a little... And I did build a new one that it looks better, but it also has a mixed species with our Tamar wallabies, our emus, and then also some grey kangaroos. You can see one back there. And this is a mixed Johannesburg Zoo used to have in the past. Was it Johannesburg or Pretoria? I can't remember, but I know Johannesburg also had like an Australia yard. Either way, one of those zoos, they had this mix in there, so I copied it. Yeah, we have our emus, we have our... There's one of our kangaroos chilling back there. We do have some shade structures. So yeah, this enclosure as well as the dingo and wild dog enclosure is very kind of empty with the foliage wise, because back then when zoos like first started giving their animals more space, the enclosures themselves were pretty plain, I guess. Like it would just be grass and then maybe some trees that were in there, maybe a couple of bushes. So didn't try to make it like super naturalistic, and that it was just pretty barren, short grass, and that's what I tried to replicate here. Close up view of one of our grey kangaroos and our emus. So yeah, this is where the enclosure used to be, which I tore down. And in place of the wallabies, I did put some peccaries in here, which came for free with the anniversary update. I never knew how small peccaries were, because you don't get them in South Africa anymore, but back then you used to have them, but yeah, I never knew how small they were. I assumed they'd be like war size, but now they're just tiny old piggies. Let's continue on our journey. There's our aviaries from last episode. You can even see the church from up here, which I really like. The church that Haribo made. To walk back up here. You can see there's like another path. This goes on the other side of the emu, kangaroo, wallaby, the Australia yard. I should just call this the Australia yard. Yeah, and just takes us back to like where we were with the dingoes. Oh, but we can't get up close. I imagine some child's gonna get their fingers nipped by an emu. But alas, it is the 1940s, so we don't have to worry about being as safe as 21st century zoos are. Most 21st century zoos. I've still been to some zoos where I could like easily get up close to the animals. Yeah, we can walk back onto the other side of the big Hoofstock enclosure, our low felt herbivore enclosure. Yeah, over here we do have some gardens, I guess, just to fill out the space. They're okay. It's alright. These won't stay here for a long time. We'll get more enclosures back here eventually. But yeah, for now we have some more like kind of European, Victorian, stylish gardens. We do have this viewing platform, which is based on one at Pretoria, although the actual one at Pretoria, it does have like this round structure, and then the staircase wraps around it, like the staircase is circular, which I could not do in Planet Zoo, so I had to modify the design a bit, but I do like how it turned out. I do also like this walkway through the gardens where it like frames it nicely. This inside of this building is supposed to be a restroom, but yeah, I'm not doing interior because I'm lazy. I do think it is completely locked today, the actual one, Pretoria Zoo. Yeah, we can hop up here and get another view. There's our ostrich, there's sable, wildebeest sleeping, got some wild guinea fowl that ran to the yard, as well as some free roaming peafowls. There's a yeland, there's waterbuck. So yeah, next episode you'll see there'll probably be like a wall running here on the side of the enclosure, and then the wildebeest and zebra will be there, and all the other herbivores will be on this side. Yeah, we're gonna hop down and then just walk on the other side. To do our wall marking the edge of the zoo. Eventually we will expand out. Like, this whole map will pretty much be full. Yep, just take a stroll. Ah, there it is. There's our, I think it's piebald. A piebald impala. Has some white patches on it. I really like this one. Yeah, really shout out to the modders for actually like having some impala color morphs in there. Because you don't see in the wild you only see normal impalas, but in game farms and that where like people breed them and farm them, you see a lot of color morphs. So like piebald impala, black impala, white impala I think as well. Yeah, I've never seen white, but I've seen the other two. A lot of South African game actually in like farms and that you have different morphs like golden wildebeest and white and black springbok. But yeah, now we get to the big enclosures. Ooh, someone's roaring. And the baboons are all the way on the back. Oh, there's some there. Ooh. Lions are feisty today. But yeah, we also have this little tower there, which I assume used to be a viewing platform, because currently today in Pretoria Zoo you do have this like structure here, but it's like fenced off here. This gate is closed, so you can't actually go to there. But I assume in the past it used to be a little pathway you can go up to and take another view into this enclosure, which I'm going to do. And see our baboons. Yeah, it's not a big deal that it's fenced off today, because I think every time I go to the zoo, the tiger's always chilling in the front, so you can see him very easily. You can see the cable station. We'll try to get a cooler view at these pillars that I made, so you have the little shaft for like people to go up and maintain them and that. And this is just another staircase that goes up and around to the cable station. I'm not gonna go up that way. And we do have the backstage. I have no idea how this backstage looks in real life, so I pretty much guessed it from here. So we have these couple of cages over here, separation cages, and then another tube that goes all the way up into the big tower. And this is where the baboons can sleep. I should put some climbing structures in that down maybe for them. But it's fine. And the baboons can come up here, it's just no reason to. There's not really anything to do up here, so yeah, here's the staff gate. And then we've got a staircase that the staff can use to get up there. We do have some of these pools. This one actually has water inside, so the baboons do drink from it. Yeah, let's climb back up. Hop the fence. Oh, waterbuck right here. Hello. Yeah, we have a lion enclosure. Oh, we have all 5 of them right here in the front. That's nice. See that the water thing back there. You can see our towers back there. That's where we just were. We were walking up there. yeah, I will, as you've probably seen, throw reference pictures so you can see how this compares to real life. Like, it does have this like kind of this ramp so the lions can climb up. Yeah. Let's actually check the backstage. So come over here, have some like items stored up, and then we have the enclosures themselves. So these are all for the tigers. On this side we have like the little staff walkway. Staff can, like, you know, peek in here, see that the tigers are going inside the enclosure, I guess, and then the side as well. Yeah, pretty much mirrored it on the side with the lions. And I believe the last enclosure we have for this episode is then this one, the tiger enclosure. So yeah, you have this little jut out thing here. You see the lines, it feels very scary. It could leap out at you. So there is like a viewing, like a wooden structure that like raises you up. Like a viewing tower, I guess you could call it, on this little platform. Yeah. Really like how these enclosures turned out. They feel pretty much just like the ones at Pretoria. Yeah, so in Pretoria today it's the other way around. So there's tigers. This one has, these two have tigers, and then this one has the lion. See, 3 of our tigers. The other one I had to put in the trade center because there's some of them in the lion enclosure. Don't know where's the 5th one. But yeah, that's it for this episode of Klein Tuin Zoo, I guess. We showcase everything. Let's get an aerial view of what we have. Show you nicely. Tiger enclosure. And the lion enclosure. And the baboons. Yeah, these enclosures were a lot of fun terrain work, let's say. Even these ones, these caprid enclosures, because even though they don't have all these like trenches on the side, they do have these terraces and that was like still fun to plan out. But yeah, I'm really happy with how these all turned out. Also have the massive Hoofstock enclosure over here. And you can see our little gardens from up above. Game's auto-saving. Then we just have our Australia yard and our dingos and wilddogs. That's what they are. And again, if you want to check out this file in the Steam Workshop, you can. It should be uploaded by the time I upload this video. If not, then very soon after this video came out, it should be there. Again, I do use, like I said, the terrain mod, and then there are animal mods, which you don't need. You don't need any of the mods, but like I see over here, we have all the cool new little waterfowl mods that came with the new swan from the Eurasia pack. Yeah, we've got some Roofer swans and Mandarin ducks. So all these are no longer implied enclosures with little prop animals. No, we've got some actual swans and bar-headed geese in here. So this is really cool. I should have showed this at the beginning of the episode. Yeah, also, like I said before, our leopard. Did we put a leopard in here? Where's the leopard? Oh, this one's a jaguar. The jaguar's in here, and then our leopard's in this side. But yeah, anyways, yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy exploring the file around for yourself, if you do. And I'll see you in the next one, whenever that may be. Bye!